Oh, snap. I'm live, I think. Hello, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever your time zone is. What a crazy buck wild light of day one of D23 Expo. Um, there's a lot to be discussed. I'm only going to be here for like 15 minutes. I may or may not be joining another live stream in about 30 minutes. So y'all can go there if you want to hang out more about D23 Expo, and we're following today's coverage with the Marvel Animation panel. But today we got some news on the crazy, wild stuff that we got out of yesterday. First of all, I'm going to say this that the most thing we're going to talk about is the Star Wars and Marvel stuff. There's some Pixar stuff as well, some Marvel Entertainment, like live action stuff that y'all can go check out, look out for yourselves. But the Star Wars and Marvel stuff is the stuff that tickled me fancy a little bit. Um, but yeah, so for Pixar, the one thing that really got me intrigued and excited for was that they finally confirmed. And I think it might have been rumored, but again, it's been a year since the picture came out. Um, but The Incredibles 3 is now in development, and um, I'm giddy just because we're going into the Fantastic Four era, and for a while that was it for me in terms of stuff I liked about um, family group with powers and whatnot. That was it. And yeah, I think Brad Bird is heading the development of it. I hope it's him directing whatnot because that's the magic, if you will, is that he was there to shepherd it and take in that crew and whatnot. So Incredibles 3 is happening. I'm pumped. Hopefully they can get as much of the OG cast in as possible. And hopefully it delivers on all the fans and whatnot because I liked two. I wasn't crazy about it, but like I like two. One still is top tier, top five Pixar movies of all time, and maybe top five of animation potentially. Who knows? I know this guy. I know this guy. What's up, Busy? It's what 3 o'clock where you're at? Jesus, I can't imagine you getting bombarded with the new stuff from yesterday because I think so. Here's the thing, folks. I'm in the Pacific side of the U.S., so I had no issues with watching what was going down last night. But how was it for y'all on the East Coast, staying till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night? What's up, man? Um, Getting all this new stuff bombarded for 2.5, 3 hours. So I want to hear how y'all thought about the timing for that as well, because that was unique, wild, but it's choice, and I think they're trying to see what their style is in comparison to what San Diego Comic Con normally does. And I'm gonna say this: their policy and recording stuff is a whole lot different than what Comic Con is and whatnot. And that might be for the best, might be for the worst. Who knows? But I'll tell you this: it got people talking last night. It got people talking last night. I was watching all. I had no strength to cover it. I literally got off work last night and I had to go deal with some family stuff. And so I watched a little bit of it and I freaked out over one thing that we'll talk about in a bit. Um, but yeah, that was it was wild, yeah. It was y'all. But then again, there was some stuff that is new, some stuff that wasn't because you're bringing in stuff that did was put out in at Comic Con. For example, a couple of the Marvel stuff I believe was put out at Comic Con, so not too surprising to say the least. But Inside Out 2, Zootopia 2 or 3, there's a Inside Out 2, Inside Out 3. There's a series or two for the Inside Out fans. Frozen 3 got confirmed. I think The Greatest Showman is getting a musical. element into it. So that's cool, unique for any hardcore musical fans. Um, what else? Yeah, Moana 2. We got a trailer into that, and The Rock trying out a new drama is doing a Monster Jam movie, which I had. I probably do still have it somewhere. The PS2 game, a PS2 game of Monster Jam back in the day. So that was. I'll say that I was not expecting that announcement that they're doing a movie about Monster Jam. But something I used to watch was cool. We'll see how it goes in terms of delivering. Um, what else? Snow White got an official trailer. We got to see Rachel Zegler in the as Snow White and Gal Gadot as the Mad Queen, I think. Um, I might go check that out. I think what was cool is that the live action stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That feels like what I've seen of the animated film. And then there was a lot of, and again, it's the era we live in, all that stuff. There's CG animation stuff, and I think someone said it best that it wasn't sure if they were trying to do a live action movie, an animation movie, or CG movie. Um, pero le deseo todo lo mejor a Rachel. Está teniendo increíble éxito en Hollywood y creo que la va a chingar todo. Todo va a ser chingón, and hopefully she does a phenomenal job because she's on a rise, and I think she's doing Romeo and Juliet on Broadway right now. So I'm happy for her in that regard. Okay, so there's a couple of Pixar stuff. Hopefully, a lot of the hardcore Disney fans got a kick out of that early stuff. I think the intro, if y'all can go find the intro of the event, that was very unique of all the combination of all the studios they have under the Disney umbrella. But yeah, cool Pixar stuff. Incredibles 3, I'm pumped. Please don't F that up and make it a cool trilogy to have. Because they also announced Toy Story 5, and I said goodbye to Toy Story after 3. That's just me. Call me old school. Um, we're going to talk a little bit of Star Wars stuff, and some stuff may or may not be spoilerish, depending on your point of view, but we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And yeah, so Skeleton Crew, we got a official trailer. I had seen some of this footage at Star Wars Celebration, so I was glad that the general audience got a bit of a taste of what I had seen. And folks, there is, and they said it as much, that Amblin Goonies vibes are felt. I love this shot, which is an asteroid base, if you will, junkyard. We got confirmation that Jude Law is Jedi, or as it now is perceived, it is, because I know Camille Nanjiani's character was perceived as a Jedi for a quick second, and it was just real. He was just a con man. There is literally a shot in the trailer that in a neighborhood where it feels like something out of E.T., like verbatim. And I dig that. It's from John Watts and Christopher Ford. John Watts did obviously the Spider-Man trilogy for the MCU, and I think he directed an episode or two of the Old Man, the Jeff Bridges show on Hulu, I believe. But I'm pumped. Hopefully, those kids have a blast. Hopefully, the internet is mindful of how they treat these kids in the public eye. And December 3, I'll be there. I'll check it out. Again, folks, the universe is too big to just focus on a single idea, single concept, single characters. Broaden out more. Whether stuff works or not, that's the point of Star Wars, is that you can go anywhere you want and see what adventure lurks around there. I would argue that Visions has opened up that scope with what they've done in animation. So I'll give it a try. And I know Bryce Dallas Howard is directing an episode, and I got mad love for Bryce because she delivered it in the first 2 seasons of Mando. I thought her episode of Mando season 3 was fine, but give her more stuff to do. I really love what she's brought in for the universe. Okay, Mandalorian and Grogu, they're having presence. Dave Filoni not wearing the cowboy hat, and Jon Favreau there. They've just started shooting the movie. The movie doesn't come out until May 2026. And all I'm gonna if you don't want to know about what the movie has in store, click away. I don't mind. Go about your way. If you do want to see what it has in store, then please stay with us right now for the next few minutes. Because folks, we got confirmation that Garazeb Aurelius will have an appearance in the film. Will have appearance in the film. Um, I there's a there's a shot, folks. I'm trying to see if I could find it. At least a good version of it, so I can show it to you guys. There's a shot with the two of them that fuck, man. I wish. Excuse my language, but fuck, man. I wish I had the camera on me. Again, I didn't expect this, y'all, because again, Pedro is shooting FF right now. So, but then again, I hope, and a lot of people have been saying this, I hope to God, if Pedro is shooting FF right now, Lateef Crowder and Brendan Wayne, get starring credits and get a nice check, because those two have been carrying a lot of the weight with that series when Pedro's not on set. And it is, I think, a David Prowse situation, and I hope we do better. We improve on what's come in the past and enhance it. Like, for example, something that I love about season 3 is that they finally gave those two credits. I was just so happy for them that they got to get that under the belt and not just be sidelined to the side. So happy for that. I can't find the damn shot. So we're talking about the filming and whatnot. There may or may not be footage out there that you can look that hasn't been taken down. Um, I know there's a shot when Mando is, I think, going after some Imperial warlords that you can look up, and he's following the mission that they left off of season 3, and he's riding, if I'm not mistaken, a ATST type vehicle. I don't think it's the actual one that he used in Return of the Jedi or in the Sanctuary episode of Mando season 1, but it's one that I've seen some clone troopers riding in Revenge of the Sith during the Kashyyyk invasion when the order went out. So he's riding that with Grogu, and they're facing off an AT-AT, Imperial Walker. And once imagination could just start going places, I'm like, what the hell is this movie about? And there's a cool like mini drone, not drone, but like go-kart shot of Mando in action, taking out some snow troopers, to be specific. So that was fun. I think that was all of the Star Wars stuff we got. Nothing on the Rey film, nothing on James Mangold's film. And let's see, for Daredevil. What am I timing? Okay, I got a few minutes before I have to head out. So I'll say this, that there's footage out there of the Daredevil Born Again show. Haven't fully seen it because I'm waiting for that HD trailer. I am shocked they didn't drop it, because that's been the big talk of recent times, that like we just want to see some footage. We know they've been filming. There's been set photos online for months now. All I'm gonna say is, it's so weird that I can't find these images. It's so weird. I'm gonna say this: there's a character that is teased in the footage for Daredevil Born Again that I had heard rumors of, but I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to get my expectations high, but I could not believe when I saw a shot again floating around in the internet of this character, because when the most recent run that I had read, which is the Charles Soule Ron Garney run, they had made a character called Muse, if I'm not mistaken. And this guy was a graphic artist, and he would use people's blood to do his art. Effed up character. Damn, it sucks. I can't find the footage. Not the footage, but the photo. But he was co-created by Charles Soule and Ron Garney, so it was a blast that Daredevil team took something out of recent from the comics, and I just flipped out because it was one of the things that I'm like, I was buying that book off the stand when this character showed up and this arc happened. Um, so that was a unique thing. And just to say this, folks, that like the vibe with the cast being on stage of what I saw at that expo, you could feel the love. You could feel the love for this character, his world, and how much special shout out to Save Daredevil, that movement. I think in regards, I quite frankly think if they were always think of shelving that show, then they really didn't know what the gold mine they had with that cast and that show from Netflix under their grasp. So shout out to Save Daredevil because they kept that campaign going in a very, from what I had seen, a respectable way. But I'm glad that Deborah Ann Wall is back as a Karen Page. John Bernthal is back as Frank Castle, and you have no idea how fucking hard it is for me now to not watch that footage. I've been like, it's popped up so many times. I'm like, no, I'm waiting for the HD version. Um, I'm gonna be patient and just wait it out. Just wait it out. What else? We got an Agatha trailer that's out now in the public, and we got a first final, like not final, but like first look of the suits for the Fantastic Four, which got me giddy because I had seen the little mini footage they showed us at Comic Con, which I think they re-showed for the audience here at D23 Expo, and it feels like, this sounds so corny. It sounds something like out of the Roger Corman movie from the '90s, and a little bit of the John Byrne and Jack Kirby designs. The suit very retrofuturistic. You see Pedro with the gray temples. Um, I cannot wait for this effing movie. I've said it so many times. I'm going to continue saying it, folks, that for me, yes, Robert Downey Jr. Blew the headlines out of San Diego Comic Con Saturday panel for Hall H, but the FF, this footage, this group of cast, this team, that vibe is what did it. And I think we are looking for a very hopeful thing coming in the next year and a half. I think when the film comes out. Um, what else? Ironheart got footage shown. Um, and I think that's about it. Oh, Brave New World got some more footage shown. Again, folks, a lot of this stuff was shown at San Diego Comic Con, at least the film stuff. So the TV stuff, if you're there, you're lucky to experience it. Kudos to you. But this was mostly a TV show presentation, but it had some flavors of film stuff that we got at San Diego. Yep, we're gonna have to wrap it up. All right, folks. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up. That's most of the coverage that I, at least for me, had more interest in for the first day of D23 Expo. I'm gonna give them a shout out. Go look at Chainsaw Reacts live stream. They covered it for 3.5 hours. Kudos to them. That's it was fun to see their perspective here and there on stuff. Go check that out. That was a blast. And it doesn't stop. Today is day 2, and there's some animation stuff coming down the pipeline in about a few minutes, I think. Or about, yeah. And just please, X-Men 97. I need another look into it. Please. After that finale of season 1, I need a new look. If you bother checking this out, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel, grow it out more, share it. I got if you're a Last of Us fan, I got a podcast in the channel that we're going to start putting out stuff as the show second season starts emerging, as trailers and coverage begins with it. There's a Star Wars podcast that you will definitely get a new episode covering what more in depth of what we got out of the first day, or maybe even today. And yeah, there's some Batman Crusader stuff coming down the pipeline, and I still have some San Diego Comic Con footage to release to the public. So stay tuned to the channel, grow it out more, and until then, take care and have a good day.